Your cat has always been independent, distant, even. They did things on their own terms, in their own time, and affection was something they offered occasionally and never on demand. And then something changed. Suddenly they're beside you constantly, following you from room to room, climbing into your lap uninvited, pressing their head against you, purring at moments that don't seem to call for it, seeking you out in ways they never did before. Nothing obvious happened. Nothing you can point to. And yet your cat is different. Warmer, closer, more present than you've ever known them to be. Most people are delighted by this and don't think too deeply about why. But behind that sudden shift in behavior, there's almost always a reason. Sometimes it's beautiful. Sometimes it's something your cat is trying to tell you that deserves more attention than a smile and a scratch behind the ears. Here's what's actually going on. 1. Something in their world changed, and you became the constant. Cats are creatures of pattern. Their sense of safety is built entirely on predictability, on the reliable repetition of the same sounds, the same smells, the same rhythms day after day. When that predictability holds, they're calm, independent, comfortable existing at a distance because the distance feels safe. But when something shifts, even something that seems minor from the outside, the entire architecture of their security can move. A new smell in the home. A change in routine. A different sound from outside that's been appearing lately. Furniture rearranged. A person who used to be present who isn't anymore. Any of these can register to your cat as a disruption significant enough to send them looking for something stable. And the most stable thing in their environment is you. When the world around your cat becomes less predictable, you don't become less important to them, you become more important. You are the constant they know. The presence that's been consistent when other things haven't been. And they move toward you the way any creature moves toward the thing that feels most reliable when reliability is suddenly scarce. That sudden affection isn't clinginess. It's your cat telling you that something has shifted in their world, and that you're the thing they're anchoring to while it settles. 2. They've been watching you long enough to finally trust you completely. This one takes time. And most owners don't notice it building until the moment it arrives all at once. Cats don't give trust in a single gesture. They extend it in increments so small they're almost invisible. A little more proximity, a little more contact, a slightly longer willingness to stay in the same space without maintaining careful distance. Each increment is a test. Each positive outcome is a deposit into something they're building slowly and without announcement. And then one day, the balance tips. Something accumulates past a threshold your cat has been approaching for months, maybe longer. The weight of all those small, safe moments reaches a point where the calculation changes, where being close to you stops requiring any active management of risk and becomes simply where they want to be. What looks like a sudden shift in behavior is rarely sudden at all. It's the visible surface of something that was building underneath for a long time. Your cat didn't change overnight. They finished something they've been working on since the beginning. You passed a test you didn't know you were taking. And the affection you're seeing now is what it looks like when a cat decides, finally and completely, that you've earned it. And if this is landing differently than you expected, hit like and subscribe. We want to reach every owner who's been trying to understand what their cat is really communicating. 3. Their body is telling them something, and they're coming to you for comfort. This is the one that matters most to pay attention to. And it's the one most people miss because the affection feels so good that they don't look past it. Cats instinctively hide discomfort. It's one of their most deeply embedded survival behaviors. In the wild, showing weakness attracts predators, so they've evolved to mask it with extraordinary consistency. A cat in pain often looks, from the outside, like a cat that's simply being quiet. But hiding discomfort from the world and hiding it from the one creature they trust most are different things. When a cat is experiencing something physical, early illness, pain, the particular vulnerability of aging, they sometimes do something that seems counterintuitive. They seek closeness. They press against the person they feel safest with. They become more affectionate, not less, because what their body is going through has activated the same need for proximity and comfort that any vulnerable creature feels when something is wrong. Oh, if a shift in your cat's behavior was sudden, not gradual, not building over weeks, but a genuine change that appeared relatively quickly, it's worth paying attention to what else might have changed alongside it. Are they eating the same? Moving the same? Does anything about their physical behavior seem different, even slightly? The affection might be exactly what it looks like. But it might also be your cat coming to you because you're the place they feel safe enough to stop pretending everything is fine. 4. You changed, even if you didn't notice. This one requires honesty. Most owners, when their cat becomes suddenly more affectionate, look for what changed in the cat. But sometimes the right place to look is the other direction. Your cat reads you constantly. They've built a detailed model of who you are, how you move, how you sound, what your energy is like on an ordinary day. And they've built a corresponding response to that model. The distance some cats maintain isn't about the owner not being lovable. It's about the owner's particular energy not quite inviting closeness. People go through periods. Busy seasons, stressed seasons, distracted seasons where their presence in the home is physical but their attention is elsewhere. Cats notice. They don't take it personally, but they respond to it by maintaining a distance that matches the emotional availability they're sensing. And then something shifts. You slow down. You become more present. You spend more time sitting quietly, moving calmly, being genuinely available rather than just physically there. And your cat, who has been waiting for exactly this, moves toward you. They're not responding to a decision you made. They're responding to something they sensed in you before you were fully aware of it yourself. The stillness you started carrying. The openness you didn't announce. They felt it, and they came toward it. 5. They're getting older, and time feels different to them now. There's a particular kind of increased affection that comes with age. And it carries its own specific weight once you understand what's behind it. Older cats often become more affectionate in ways that younger versions of themselves never were. They seek warmth more actively. They stay closer. They want contact that they would have walked away from years earlier. And it's easy to attribute this to personality softening, to the simple mellowing that comes with a life well lived. But there's something more specific underneath this cat's age. Their sensory world changes. Their hearing may not be as sharp. Their vision shifts. Their ability to navigate the environment with the same fluid confidence of their younger years diminishes in small but accumulating ways. The world becomes slightly less readable, slightly less certain, slightly harder to move through with complete assurance. And when the world becomes less certain, the things that are certain become more valuable. You are certain. You have been, for every year of their life. Your scent, your sound, your warmth, your presence, these are among the most consistent things they have ever known. And as the other certainties of their world quietly shift, they move toward you not because they love you more than they did, but because they understand now, in a way younger cats don't, how much that consistency has always meant. That closeness in an older cat is not just affection. It's gratitude expressed in the only language available to them. 6. However it started, what they're offering you now is the whole of them. Here's what matters most about all of this. Whether the shift happened because something changed in their world, or because trust finally finished building, or because their body is asking for comfort, or because you became more available, or because time has taught them what matters, the result is the same. Your cat is giving you more of themselves than they were before. And for a cat, that is not a small thing. Cats are not generous with this. They don't distribute closeness easily or broadly. They don't offer the whole of themselves to many creatures, or even to most. The walls they were born knowing how to build are real, and the effort required to lower them is genuine. So when your cat presses against you now, when they follow you and seek you and stay longer than they ever did, understand what that represents. It's not a phase. It's not a mood. It's not something they'll take back when they feel like it. It's the product of everything they've observed about you, everything they've survived alongside you, everything they've concluded about whether you were worth the risk of letting in completely. They decided you were. They're not suddenly more affectionate. They're finally showing you what was there all along, waiting, behind everything they were careful about, behind every guarded moment and every maintained distance, behind every test you didn't know you were passing. They were always capable of this. They just needed to be sure you were ready for it. And now, apparently, they are.